Good morning, folks. It's Lee, Pit Village Trader, with a Monday morning update. And this is a very quick one, and it's really just to highlight a kind of a psychological thing that I've come across in the past, psychological behavior. And that tends to be, if 80% of traders lose money, then you need to do things that, those 2 in 10 don't do. And we as human beings, when we are trying to trade, we try and trade reversals. We try and identify reversals, or we wait for signals that tell us something's about to change, that we're about to get in at the right time. Well, there's a couple of kind of golden rules that I stick to with that, and the first one is there's no right time, right? There's just not. Sometimes there's times that are better than others. That is true, but there's not like a perfect time to trade, because if you change your perception of the idea of time, and you take away the little candlesticks that flick on daily or hourly or whatever, and you look at things on a much wider scale, time is forever. So time frames can be deceiving. Anyway, so we try and identify these reversals within time frames, and we try and get on the next downturn or the next bull run before it happens, because historically, traditionally, we've been trained to buy low, sell high. So we always try and get in before that change happens, when it's quite difficult, because no one knows what's going to happen in the future. No one has that crystal ball that can show them, no matter how much data they've got, no one can see what's going to happen. So it's very, very difficult to try and trade reversals when you based on signals that you see. Really, the strongest signal, and the only signal that I use, and that's avoiding news, avoiding noise, avoiding the largest majority of technical analysis. I literally have a cursory glance at the charts, and that's me done. But anyway, I just wanted to point this one out. This is Evraz PLC, and I opened a position in this last week on the back of a strong day. Things were in a positive turn. That's what highlighted this stock to me. I was doing some scanning in my ISA account with Hargreaves Lansdowne, and I checked the rises for the previous day. This happened to be one of them, and then that's why I ended up going long on this chart. But what I wanted to highlight was this: most people, and this could be a sweeping statement, so forgive me, this is not you, it's just one of the things that I've noticed. Because we tend to try and identify reversals and wait for signals, if we look here, this is where I got in, and most people would be tempted to wait for this to continue running down before they can see a continuous downward trend, because they're trying to catch this peak. They're trying to catch this peak and ride it down. But that's trying to read the future. It's trying to guess. But if you look at, the thing that you do, right, the number one golden rule that you do is you don't buy low, sell high. You buy on strength, you sell on weakness. It's as simple as that. And you forget time frames and trying to beat time frames. You just look at it as a big thing, So with this one, we can go back. I'll just zoom out once I figure out how to do this this good old little thing. There you go. The strength here, the strength in this stock. So just buy the strength. Buy the strength. So I'm long at the highest point. At the high, it's probably the highest position this stock's been at since, well, I'm back at now 2011 now. So this stock, it's never been higher than where it is now in this peak. So I'm buying. I'm not trying to predict a reversal. I'm not trying to catch a slide down. It's a strong share. The price is highest it's ever been, so I'm buying. Simple as that, and that's it. That's that trade done. I obviously try and keep your risk reward ratio so that you reward more than you risk. Usually you'll hear it described as, try and return 3 times what your risk is, risk 3 or R3 or something like that. But for me in this position, I'm not really bothered about what the reward is. I'm not trying to put a number on it. I'm just going to hold this position and hold it as long as I can whilst it's in an upward trend. It's as simple as that. If it happens to I will get out of it though. That's the thing. I will get out of it when it does look like it's breaking down. And for me, I mean, if we look here, that would be somewhere around here, which would be 170 points away on this particular stock. However, I'm quite happy to leave that up here for the moment, which is on the line of the 200-day moving average. If we do drop to there, I'm quite happy to get out and move on to the next one. But I just wanted to highlight that, and that idea of buying on strength and selling on weakness. It's really simple. It's simple now. Once I've placed this position, that's me done. I'm away. I'm gone. And actually, whilst I'm in there, there is something that I could probably share with you. These are all the positions that I opened last week. And this one here, which I've just doubled down on today. So basically last week I opened a position here, which is this one, the first little white dot. And it was, I'm short, obviously, based on the rules. Again, this is one of those things where people might be tempted to wait for a signal to get in on a reversal. It's not for me, it's weak, sell on weakness. It is continuing to be weak, so I'm just going to sell it. As simple as that. Now, even despite the fact that the price is probably the lowest it's been. I mean, let's go back, But yeah, again, the lowest it's been since back in 2008. So despite that fact, I'm still going to sell. I'm not trying to catch a reversal. I'm not trying to outsmart anything. I don't know anything that other people don't know. It's weak, so I'm selling it. So anyway, the position last week was showing a positive return for me, a profit for me of about 7.5 points. So this morning I've just opened another position in it. The same thing. I could be jumping the gun a little bit, but I'm not actually worried about it. I'm quite happy to be in this position as long as it's riding down. So yeah, I just wanted to mention those 2 things. And that was really it. I just wanted to mention those couple of things really whilst I was in there. I hope you're all having an excellent day. I hope you're being amazing to your family. Just be happy and trade well. I'll catch you next time. Cheers.